Alright, what's up, Dragon Brood? It seems that everybody has found a way to make some type of Mole God deck at this point, and several of you still requested it, so we're going to do that today. But I wanted to try something different. Obviously, we wanted to give it haste, and since we're already wanting to do that, I kind of wanted to build around the haste mechanic and see if we can pull this off. Now, we are going to start with 3 Frantic Scapegoats. However, I do think there's a chance this could be like the Evolving Adaptive, and then we just grow it every turn playing bigger creatures. But that might end up just being a different version, so we'll see. We are going to play Commando Phases Kakazan, because this also produces a haste creature, but can pump some of our creatures and get them out of danger range of things, so that's kind of nice. We're going to play Monstrous Rage, because, well, if we have stuff that's hasty and dealing an extra 3, that's going to be pretty good. And Charming Scoundrels in here, and mostly as going to be a 2/2, but sometimes we'll just need to dig, but, you know, in a pinch it can make treasure too, and that's not bad. We're going to play a couple of copies of Inti, because this can actually pump some of those things that are getting haste. Now, Hajar is the one I debated on if I needed more copies or not, because it can actually protect Anzrag when it shows up, because it's a legendary creature. So it's arguable that I should be playing 3 of these and 2 rubies instead of 2 of these and 3 rubies, but I just wanted the haster with the flexibility because of the version that we built. And then we have some Reckless Stormseeker because, well, this can give anything else haste and a bonus, which is nice. And Samut. This is one of the main reasons to play this, right? If everything's firing off, then your opponent gets caught in a bad spot of, like, do they block the new thing so you don't get a card? Samut also first strikes and has Vigilance, which is nice. Even better when we can pump it. So lots of cool stuff going on here. Witchstalker's Frenzy, just get some problematic things out of the way. Of course, the Quake Mole, the 8/4 for 4. And if your opponent blocks it, well, then they have to kind of keep blocking it, but then they die, so don't hate that. Now, the trick here is you'd like to pump it or give it, you know, some type of indestructible or whatever, but you don't need this to win. This is almost like our plan B, realistically. And then we are playing a couple of Halana and Elena as one way to pump Anzrag and also give it haste, which is nice, and a couple Tyvar stands. So we'll see if this version can actually pull it together. You know, we'll find out like we always do in the middle of the video. If we have to change cards, you'll want to check the end of the video so you can see where we finish up compared to where we start. But if you want to download this list, you can just go to the description down below, look for the blue arrows that'll take you to our Moxfield link. You can get this deck and several other things that we've already started knocking out of the park for the new standard. So yeah, lots of cool stuff there. Now though, let's go see if all these hasty things with Samut are as good as we hope. If you want to buy any cards for today's deck or any other game stuff, remember to go to coolstuffinc.com. You can use code DRAGON. That'll save you 5% at checkout. And Cool Stuff Inc. always has cool stuff in stock. Alright, I guess we'll keep this. Gotta figure out the order here. I think we just... I was gonna say Scoundrel into Treasure, but that doesn't really do a whole lot here. But it's probably still the better play. Give us more options. For next turn, anyway. Bat. Alright, you got choices. Yeah, there's just bats everywhere right now. Like, so much black mana. It's almost like the metagame shifted from being so much... I mean, I say it. There's still a fair amount of mono red, but... lots of bats floating around. That's kind of just the world we're in right now. Wow. They said they can't even deal with that. They don't know we picked up another one. But that's a good bit of information to know here, it feels like. Alright, so I'm going to go here. And then I think I'm going to play Inti. And then attack with this, discarding the Scoundrel. Hopefully just finding like a land or something. Okay, cool. Alright. What you want to do, opponents? What you want to do? Obviously, they don't know we have another Anzrag, but they do know we have Monstrous Rage. They're going to Virtue that, and there's nothing really I can do about it, so it goes away. Sure. Another Rage, I guess that's cool. I'd like to crack this arena. Because I am attacking with the Ruby right now. That is the world we're in. Alright. And then we have double rage. So I'm assuming you got a way to kill Anzrag here. Or else this is just going to be ugly. Alright. Oh man, come on. Can we find a protect him spell? You know, that ain't bad though. That ain't bad. We could live with that. So then we get to attack, attack, attack. If they block the mole, we get to untap, do it again. Alright. So I want to give... Oh, I should have tapped Ruby with that on the stack. That was a mistake. Ah, dang it. Alright, we do get a card here. Maybe, I was like, maybe could have been a land. No such luck. Alright, we attack again. Get another card. Alright. We can make a hasty creature with menace and monstrous rage. So this should be good enough. Because even if they wipe the board here, we can still get in for 4. Like, that should be fine? Question mark? But they're thinking about it, so maybe they have a couple plays. I mean, their issue here now, though, is they would have to block Ruby and kill... Okay, there's a bat. So now they can at least stay alive if they have another kill spell. I mean, you got to take Monstrous Rage, opponent. Like, you kind of literally have to, or just well, I don't know. If they have spot removal, I guess they don't. Because they could try to target whatever I would target with the Monstrous Rage, I suppose. But, okay. What else you got? I was like, could have been a -3 on Samut. Like, that would have been a play, too. Alright. Can we find another haste body? We did find another haste body. We found one of the bestest haste bodies. Everybody has haste, so this guy's... Yeah, it's just... Attack? I mean, Scoundrel has Trample. Samut has First Strike. You can't block the Scapegoat. I mean, Ruby's the only solid block they have. Yep. Okay, that works. Huh, this'll be fun. Let's see how this works out. Love to get something worthwhile for 1 mana to play alongside Ruby next turn, but, you know, we'll take what we can get. May not even matter. Ruby might just kick the bucket. That could be okay, though. Just go here and attack with both, because we're not doing anything else, right? Nah, we'll decline. I'd rather have something else bigger with haste or something be unblockable down the road. Alright, Ruby did not eat it here, which is nice. And this often... I think I want to use Ruby for mana here, and this is going to look a little weird. But the idea is that if the opponent attacks with 3 things, I could kill something with Witchstalker Frenzy. Whereas if they did that pre-combat, I wouldn't be able to kill a thing for a low mana cost. So I would like to have that. Now, it may not even matter, truthfully. Oh, I didn't mean to switch those. I was actually meaning to put the +1/+1 there. Oops. Alright, well, is what it is. I mean, I still may not even get to use the Frenzy here, but I wanted the option in case they play, like, I don't know, the Phoenix chick and want to shoot something and attack. Or something like that. Yeah, let's just save maximum damage here. Alright, let's find something. Ooh, let's find Anzrag here and just end things. Or we could find nothing. That's always an option, I suppose. Alright, I'm just going all in. I'm just letting the opponent do their thing. I mean, they're at 8. We've got a big 3/4 Trampler. Well, Hasty Trampler with whatever comes next, I guess. But there's a Phoenix chick. So they're going to play 2 spells, I'm assuming. Oh, Firebrand. That's not one we see very often. Well, we'll be flipping back over our Slasher back into a Stormseeker. But we found another Stormseeker. Question is, does that matter any? If I leave creatures to block, what happens? I could... Ooh, if I put both of these on the Stormseeker, then Ruby's too big for the opponent. Alright. We do this and this. I mean, technically I attack with this, but I probably just want to block with that. Because the opponent's going to block something here. Probably just our... Well, they can't block Stormseeker. They probably block Ruby. Ugh. Ugh. Yeah, that's probably correct. What's funny is my mistake earlier is actually paying off now with this Stormseeker having a menace. Alright, opponent's now in a situation where they can't all-out attack. Unless maybe they have like double rage or some such here. Wow, they're playing Stormseekers of their own. Did not see that coming. Oh, there we go. There's the boss. Let's do it. You all know the drill. We'll put one here, I guess, on the one that's already harder to block. Yep, that's going to do it. All right. Oh, man. Yeah, we have to keep this. I mean, we can't get rid of it. It's just, on the draw, we know this could be a little bit tight. Oh, this next turn's going to hurt. Okay, well, I think all we can do here is play Bodyguard next turn, probably into some combination of Ruby into Scoundrel, maybe. Oh, here comes a Rage. Nope, not even a Rage. It's a Dreadmaw's Ire. That's actually kind of better for us, to be honest. like Rage would have at least been permanent. Okay. What are we looking to do here? We're kind of hoping there's no Godric to start with, because that's 6 damage up top. Assuming that's what they have. I mean, we're blocking. If a Rage is coming, a Rage is coming. I mean, we take some of the pressure off ourselves. Oh, okay. That's... Alright, I suppose. Cost 3 to equip? Sure. Oh, so they're not even... Oh, they must have burn spells or something to get rid of this Ajar. Yep, opponent's coming with it. They're just saying, take all the damage, friend. Take all the damage. All right. Well, with us not having our spells that we want here, I think we are just dead. The best we could do here. We could Ruby. And to Scoundrel. I mean, we maybe have 1 turn. 2 if we're real lucky. But opponent's still at 20, so I don't know how we're going to get there. Unless that's just lands only in their hand, but doesn't look like it. That another pump? Oh. Yep. Why not? Alright, we have to find a Witchstalker's Frenzy, and that is not it. What is... I mean, we could, like, discard and draw? Is kind of our only out here. I mean, yeah, it might as well be this. It was not. Alright, we're dead. We get to go first with a very suspect hand, but we at least did get the mountain here, so that's fine. Get in there. Wow, that's kind of weak. I think we're just going to Scoundrel as a 2/2. Though, there is a world where I'd like the treasure already be sitting out there. So, okay, well, now we're going to go treasure. Like, I was literally about to explain. I kind of want a treasure sitting out there so I can Stormseeker. And then, on the following turn, use Anzrag if we find it. So, we'll decline. We don't want to put that there. We'll just attack. I mean, now... The reality is, there's a good chance either Anzrag gets countered or Stormseeker dies or whatever. So, you know, it kind of just is whatever at that point. But let's go ahead and try. I mean, probably gets countered. No, oh, so they're playing the Reanimator thing. Oh, so there's a chance we are going to get to pull this off. They don't play too many removal spells in those decks. All right. Well, then, in the turn, I guess here's hoping. Either they don't have a kill spell or they don't have a counter. That's what we're aiming for here. If they have it, we lose. Well, I say that. They don't have much in their yard yet, so we're probably still safe for a few turns. Oh, then we get full-size Mole. Is Mole getting countered? Mole does not get countered. Does Mole get killed? Decline. Does Mole die? Maybe Mole gets bounced? Nope. Mole just kills them. Oh boy. Alright, we'll keep. Play Ridgeline. I feel like I'm going to have to be very sneaky here. What are we trying to do? What are we trying to do? I mean, I could play Ruby and protect Ruby, but I don't think that's the world we want to be in. I'm actually fine doing this. Oh, really? Wow. Okay, I'm kind of glad I didn't even attempt the Ruby. They are seriously just trying to counter everything, I guess. Oh, playing that dude. They're doing some dragon things. Interesting. All right. Any way we can find an Anzrag off the top? That would be exciting. Because we're about to get hit for at least 4, because all the dragons are 4 power. Oh, Stormseeker dead. Okay. Hey, at least I didn't have a big dragon here. That could have been worse. Not a lot worse, but it could have been worse. Okay. So how do we want to go about this? Let's go... I could... Ruby... Jar... Pass the turn. I would have rather liked to have left Ruby up. I should have slowed down there on the auto tapper. Oh yeah, opponent's got this now. Alright, no point for us to even mess around. They got it. Okay. Let's see what we can do. I think we just Ruby, leave up. Oh, that's cute. Alright. Maybe they'll try to just deal 2 damage to Ruby, and we can protect her with a Monstrous Rage. Or they try to cut down. That's always a savage way to get somebody, too. Nope, it's a Stalker. Okay. That wasn't the worst thing. So how does this size up? We obviously want a Samut here. But we know Samut's also probably set up to die. Unless they just like -3/-3 and then... Oh, they're not even blocking with the Stalker. They just gave us a card. Alright, that was nice of them. I assumed they were going to chump block there. Come on. Virtue of Persistence on our Samut opponent. I know you want to. Come on. Maybe. Maybe. No, they're probably just going to hit it with the real removal spell. I mean, if they do, there's not anything we can do about it. Just tough luck, right? Oh, it was a Yoa. So we're doing goblins. Neat. Okay. I was thinking I might get crafty with Scoundrels to see if, like, maybe I could discard, draw a card, but here with all their stuff just being 2/2s or whatever, we're not going to get too silly. We're just going to put a Wicked Roll on it. Do this. Put a Wicked Roll on it. And, yeah, just continue to attack with these. Since those do result in more cards. Sure, we'll take that. I could save something here. Yeah, opponent's only on 2. At this point, we just go for it. Oh, I removed the other one. Dang it. I forgot. Oh, well. Still got the cards for it, so I guess it's fine. It all works out in the end. And now I have mana to play Anzrag and Hajar. And that's probably going to be good enough, I think. Discard a card to make something bigger. Okay, sure. Seems legit. Yep. Actually, do I have enough to... opponent's at 11. I was just thinking I could, like... Oh, no, I don't have enough. I'm one short. Okay, well, then we're just going to do this. And this. And, I don't even think we attack here, right? We just wait till next turn. I mean, the problem is, once we attack, they're gonna... Yeah. What's at 11? I think we still are supposed to attack here. They block, they target Hajar, we sack Hajar. Like, I think that's the plan. I think we still just do it. I mean, it puts Anzrag at risk, but it means they're probably just playing Go for the Throat and nothing else that turn, so whatever. Like, if that's their game plan, then we're kind of okay with that. You have to target Hajar opponent. Don't target Samut. I mean, I guess Hajar is going to get sacrificed either way, so I guess it doesn't really matter. Alright. Do they have a way to kill the big Quake Mole? We won't be blocking at 19. Just letting y'all know. I do like what they're doing here, though. Being able to discard to trigger all your stuff with, what you call it? I was going to say, yeah, Descend. And then get that value. But here, I think we're in pretty good shape. And opponents at 8, I mean, they have to block Anzrag. Yeah. Sure. I mean, we have all the damages. Why did you tap that way, Arena? Ah, well. We are going to attack. And everything's getting in there. I mean, because they got to block the 8. They're going to take more than 8 anyway here. Wait, what? Yeah, okay. That's... Sure. I mean, it doesn't really matter how they block here. I think they're dead either way. Because even here, they're going to take 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, and then we get to attack again with the Quake Mole and everybody else. And then we just run it back. And Ruby gets bigger each time because it's a start of the attack. Yep, that'll do it. Yeah, we'll keep it. Why not? Yeah, I think we're still just going to play Hajar. Oh, I say that, but then we found a Ruby. But yeah, I think Hajar is still the answer. I think, yeah, if we'd been... there's turns where you like Ruby and leave up Rage, but like I don't know what the opponent's even doing here. Oh, you're doing some Heartflame Duelist. We'll definitely sacrifice this, so you don't get a 3-1 later. That was a nice exchange. We are not sad about that, let me tell you. Alright, let's go here. Into here. And I think I'm just going to put the Wicked Roll on and we're going to go for it. So if their plan is to be a burn deck, we're just going to force them to have to deal with a lot of things. Oh, they're not just a burn deck. Oh, is this possibly like a bombardment pile? Oh, that could be crazy if that's the case. I'm not going to play the Quake Mole here. Mostly because I think I can protect Stormseeker from most of their burn with the Rage, and then we can just try to Anzrag next turn. Flip a coin. Deal it. Okay. That's... Hey, we're seeing all kinds of stuff today. I don't know what's going down. And maybe they have green mana, or maybe they're just playing that for red-white. Okay, we do this and attack for lots many. And then we have a creature land if they do happen to find a sweeper next turn. Okay. Here you go. Oh, Rage would have been... Well, it would have been 1 more point. So, yeah, they would still been at 1. Yep, depopulate doesn't even matter here. Though that would have been funny had I had that. I say, yeah, I mean, they don't have anything that deals 4 for 1 mana, right? Yeah. So we should be good here. Just activate this. And attack for 3. You know, these types of games confuse me because I see something like Heartflame Duels. I'm like, oh, okay, so they're doing one of those burn decks where they're trying to gain life, or maybe playing like, what's his name, Quintorius or something like that. But then it's like, oh, then there's a unit of the third path. Like, that's not really the same aggressive type card. And then they play Flick a Coin, and it's like, all right, so we take a damage and they draw a card? Like, okay, they made the treasure, but what do they need the treasure for? And then there's just like a depopulate. So it's really like a control deck where maybe this is just removal that happens to also make a body. But they do have some incidental damage, so I don't know. Interesting, you know, one of those games where I kind of wish I saw a little bit more of the opponent's deck, but hey, we'll take the win just the same. Ooh, we get to go first, and this is not the flashiest hand. But depending on what we play against, if these were to live and we just were to find an Anzrag, that would be cool too. I would not be upset about that. I'm just going to just attack for 1 here. Probably an argument to be made for a Scoundrel there, but it's fine. Wow. Really? They're just like, no mana for you, friend. Oh, we might have done the thing, though. We might have done the thing. I mean, that being said, they can have a lot of ways to deal with these cards here. So we could still be up against it. Won't get too excited yet. Dopeberry Stomper. Alright, so we'll get the big attack in for 9, 10, 11. If the opponent sweeps the board, we're just attacking for 2. So that's only 13. Not great. Not great. What's our other option? We can't. We have to Anzrag here, right? That's no other option. I was trying to, like, justify something else, but nah. Opponent's at 5. We have to just find the haste damage to go with. Oh, it's just a Dracosaur? Then that's game, is it not? We do this with, let's tap this for Colorless Arena. Thank you. Because we're definitely going to attack with more than enough things here. I mean, we don't even need the Anzrag here. Like, yeah. Just straight up, opponent wouldn't be able to block enough. Yep, that'll do it. Yeah, we're keeping. This hand feels like it might be tough to win with, especially on the draw, but we'll see how it shakes out. But if we're just on the struggle bus the whole way, I would not be surprised. It's going to get countered? I mean, a counter, oddly, like, normally I would say this is not a card you want to counter, but because of our hand, it could work out very well if they decide to counter. At least for them. I'm going to go ahead and get Treasure here to maybe try to unlock something with NT next turn. Maybe protect it. I don't know. Like, I'm just grasping at straws because this hand's not very good. This is one I probably should have mulliganed, honestly, but... Especially if this is just going to be, like, drop a Rafine here. And then we're kind of up against it, but we'll see. Just going to try to do what we can do. And we do have Frenzy, so if, like, Shieldred shows up, we can at least deal with that. Like, I don't know. It's going to be tight for a minute, though. If we NT, do you want to NT or play another Scoundrel? I think I think I'm gonna Scoundrel just because there's that new thing that makes you pay 3 mana that they're probably playing. No More Lies, I think it is. And Guess I'll put a Wicked Roll on. Go to attacks. Okay. And no spell? Alright, so they probably were sitting on a counter there then. Oh. But it was probably make disappear, not no more lives. Because if they had it there, they probably would have played it. I don't know for sure. There's a chance they would have. Oh. They have something they're trying to protect with that. Interesting. Well, I ain't mad at it. Now the question is, do you have a way to deal with Inti or not? They have Dinnick, so the answer is technically yes. Alright, what are we looking to do? We could put a +1 on one Scoundrel, and then whatever Dinnick blocks gets raged. But then they're gonna gain 3 next turn anyway. That becomes its own problem. That does not help here at all. So that's not cool. I probably shouldn't have played a land yet either in case we found one. But things are what they are. I will be discarding this. Do we find anything good? We do not. And I would have liked to have played that land. So there you go. Definitely should have held that land for just a second longer. Alright, end the turn. Alright, she gone. Deep Cavern Bats. Alright, well, I might as well just play it here then. I get no value out of it otherwise, so might as well be a problem for the opponent, at least. We need something good here. Halana Lena would be pretty nice. I'm trying to think what else would be good here, but there's not a lot. I mean, we need some help. Pretty serious. Halana Lena would at least let us apply enough pressure that the opponent wouldn't be able to just sit around. Okay, this kind of helps with the opponent tapped out. So we get to attack. We get to untap a thing. We'll put it here so our biggest thing gets to untap. Actually, how much damage is that? If we use the rage... Hold on, 5, 6, 7. Cool, let's do it. And we get a counter that stays on the land? Hell yeah. Alright. We're finding some ways to make this happen with a mediocre draw. Alright, there's a Shieldred, which they will get to draw with Malcolm here, unfortunately. So that's a real thing. So they'll gain 1 and then 2, so they're at 7. Let's find another Witchstalker's Frenzy here, deck. Do us that favor. That would be awesome, actually, because we'd kill the bat. Oh, okay. This isn't really what we were looking for. But I think we're just dead now, right? Alright, we're close to it anyway. Yep. I think this is kind of all we can do. And then we just pass. And hope that Stormseeker lives and maybe we find Anzrag. Like, I don't know. I think that's kind of where we're at, though. I mean, we go to 3. Opponent's going to go to at least 12 this turn. Yeah, I'll block here. I mean, I can't really justify anything else. Alright. They go to 11. And even then, if they have a kill spell or a counter, like, we're still wrecked. So, I mean, they can have a lot of things in hand that are bad for us here. Wedding announcement. Yep, yep. And because the Preacher also has Death Touch, that's going to do it. Yeah, we didn't find it. Man, that bad hand almost pulled it out for us, though. We almost got there. Oh, man. I want to keep it, but I don't think we can. Much as a Samut for 2 is you know what? I'm going to keep it just to see what happens. We might top deck a 2-mana thing also. I mean, I might just be walking myself into a trap where I convince myself to keep a bad hand here. Oh, especially against mono red. Like, yeah, Samut's not going to live. Like, that's stupid. Alright, we at least found something to do with this. Any chance you want to attack with 2 more 1-mana things this turn, opponent? I would appreciate that. Get to kill something with the rage here would be awesome. Oh, that's a rage. Or Witchstalker Frenzy is what I meant. Alright, you got one more? Come on, you have like another Swift Spear? Dang it. Alright, well, we take whatever damage is here. Good news is, though, Samut lives and is a 3/4, so there's that. I mean, this could have been worse for us. Not by a lot, but it could have been. Wow, they're taking a real time to scry here. And they left it on top. That's probably bad for us. Like, I don't know what they would have done there, but whatever it was bad for us. Because they really thought about it. Alright, attacking, getting a card. I mean, a land's not bad, but we need something else we can play here. Because I would like to be able to play something and kill something with the Witchstalker Frenzy. And currently, we cannot do such things. And that's a big problem. Oh, that's good. That tells us there's no rage, no pumps. So they're afraid of Samut here. Good to know. That is very good to know. Alright. I think we're just Quake Moling it. I mean, if you have something that protects your dude, fine. Like, I'm with it. But I feel like if they had something, they might have attempted to attack into Samut anyway. Unless it's just like a play with fire. But then they would just kill this creature regardless. They would shoot us and block. So I don't think that would have taken very long. Alright, so we get a card. Inti. Actually, okay. Giving the Anzrag Trample could matter. With a Rage and a Frenzy up. Okay, this could be pretty good. Actually, that just might be lethal, right? Give Anzrag a +1, so it's 9. Even if they block, we get to attack again with Samut. Yeah, this might be okay. And we found a land just for bonus points. Alright. Oh, are they going to try to deal 5 to our Anzrag when we attack? Because they could have their own Witchstalker's Frenzy. Now that I'm thinking about it. That might actually be what's going down here. If we think that's true, how do we want to go about this? Do we attack with just Anzrag here then? I think we do. Feels so weird, but I think that's the correct thing to do here. Don't make it easy for them to kill it, because they've done nothing else. So they have to have, if it's not that, their hands full of like Godric's or Thundering Raijus or something. But if so, is what it is. We will be discarding another Samut. I don't want to discard another Anzrag just yet. Okay. We're at 11. Oh, opponent, why? Why would you do that? Really? Yeah, okay. Sure. I mean, I'm gonna get to attack again. Sure. They would have been much better just taking 8 there. Because now they're taking all the trample, and we have Anzrag next turn. Or the other attack step with the other 3 bodies. Which now will be able to kill a blocker. I mean, I guess they could rage? Nope, they don't have it. So yeah, I think all we did was move 1 or 2 numbers around in this one. We really didn't mess with anything all that much. And for good reason, everything kind of was working out. I don't think we want to move much. If anything, NT is a little bit of a thing we could probably swap out. I don't hate it, and I do like the fact that it can grow Samut and things like that. Doesn't have haste, so it doesn't fit the bill of other things we're trying to do. So maybe we consider playing Miglos possibly. I think, but I do think there's other versions where you could play like Evolving Adaptive, the new 2/2 that gets bigger when you play a bigger creature. Play this because this gives you a way to destroy artifacts and enchantments as well. I think that's a reasonable argument, but that's kind of a whole different version. But this card is actually really good, and playing Hajar on 2 and Miglos on 3, like you have huge bodies. That's kind of hard for mono red to deal with. So just something to think about there. If you want to go that route, I think that actually could be a good version. So we may come back to that later this season and play just a different version of Miglos, or not Miglos, of Anzrag Gruul, I think. But this worked out really well. If anything, maybe, again, you can cut Inti to play another Charming Scoundrel, maybe play another Commando Faces Kakazan. Samut turned out to be pretty good in multiple games. So while I thought that was going to be a little bit of a struggle point for us, turned out to be pretty powerful. But I will also say this. With the amount of mono black, or not even just mono black, black, red, black, green, there's a lot of black floating around for spot removal. There's a real argument to say, hey, maybe we just play 61 cards and play Tyvar Stand. Maybe we cut the Inties to play another Tyvar Stand, and maybe we just play 4 of them. And being able to protect Anzrag once it gets into combat is also a really powerful thing too. Man, Inti was good, but maybe that is the argument here. We just say, hey, you can also finish an opponent off with Tyvar Stand. You can protect against some of the sweepers, and maybe that's just the route you go. I might be better now that the more I think I've talked myself into it now. That's probably what I would do. I'm going to leave the list as is. I'm going to say you can have this as how I'm going to leave it for download. But realistically, I'm going to cut at least one. If you want to cut both, feel free. If you want to play 61 cards, feel free. I think it's fine. But regardless, we have 3 Frantic Scapegoat, 3 Commando Fates Kakazan, 3 Monsters Rage, 3 Charming Scoundrel, 1 Inti, 2 Hajar, 3 Ruby Daring Tracker, 4 Reckless Stormseeker, 3 Samut, 3 Witchstalker Frenzy, 3 Anzrag the Quake Mole, 2 Halana Nalena, and 3 Tyvar Stand. Lands, we had 4 Mountainous Akinzan Beseju, 2 Forests, 4 Copperline Gorge, 4 Carplusian Forest, 2 Restless Ridgeline, 2 Rockfall Vale, 2 Cavernous Souls, and 2 Plaza of Heroes. Argument here to be made that you could play another Ridgeline if you're running into a lot of control, because that card's been very good for finishing opponents, especially if you've done all the haste damage leading up to it. So another thing there, if so, I would probably just cut a Rockfall Vale, since you can play it turn 1 tapped anyway, and maybe help yourself out that way. But yeah, just a thought. But I know people were excited to see Anzrag in a deck, but also a lot of you were requested, hey, build a Voja deck. Well, guess what? We did. There's a deck list with Voja and Elves. So I'm going to link that video and you should check it out. But that's all I have for you for now. We'll see you next time.